we are not gonna let you in. Ngeke uzohlala namaniga. Yezwa, uzohlala namaniga. Ngeke singenise, you are not gonna come in when you wanna share your story after Odetta has shared her story and everybody else, because I'm saying wozani ngoku ngena manje anifuni nihleli lapho, you know. Anyway, welcome to this is not the safe space chat. What is this Losing in Love podcast? My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self Love. We are doing part 2 of being Bob the Builder. If you have an experience of being Bob the Builder, building somebody building somebody up, and you got your fingers burned in the process, you're more than welcome to share. Also, if you build somebody up and it worked out, you know, it benefited you and your family, you're more than welcome to share. If you know a story of somebody who did that, you're more than welcome to share. Listen, we are here for all of that. We are here for the lessons that come with you sharing the stories of you being Bob the Builder, knowing somebody who's Bob the Builder, or even successful stories of being Bob the Builder, you know, because not all stories are bad, you know. Some really actually do end well. And yeah, let's start. You can take it away, my sister.
Now let me tell you. Take me back to 2017.
Girl.
When I was in high school.
I
have is my father's son. He's a firstborn. But we only share father. So Mugai marries his high school sweetheart.
Okay.
And you know what happens? I was just, you see, when you're young, you just go to weddings and you say, and you can see there's always talks during weddings when the aunts and the grandmothers are saying this and that about Makoti, and you just think they are jealous people.
Hey, what were they saying about Makoti?
No, you see, this girl got urata, you see, Dilo and stuff like that. And you think they're just jealous people.
Yes.
Hey, sometimes those people tell the truth in weddings.
So wait, my sister, at weddings, as in during the speeches or behind the corridors?
No, behind the scenes when we are singing the beetroots, you see.
Okay, that's where all the news come out, by the way. That's where you get all the juice.
Yeah, that's where the news come out. So what happens now is that this guy, they are talking about Uraiman, this girl got this and that. I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe these people are just jealous and stuff like that. Because I'm still young. You know what happens? Fast forward, the wedding goes on, and okay, Rabina step and stuff like that. I don't know nothing about marriage agreements.
You're just a child,
I'm just a child. I'm just a child. And then what happens now is that I pass my matric. I go to my first year university. So this is the year that everything happens. Some day when I come back from school, I come back and then I found Hunali family meet. It's not really a family meeting, but they are discussing something, and my brother from my dad's side, who doesn't usually come to us, is here. About a problem with his wife.
The same brother who married this woman.
The same brother that was getting married 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm asking myself, this one doesn't really come. What's going on? Like he only pops off, got the Christmas to check on people and go, or when there's events. So what is he doing here in a family meeting with people? I found out he's going through a divorce. What happened? That was a big wedding. Why a divorce now after 2 years? What's popping? And then my mom comes and tells me, you know what? He's going through a really horrible divorce and the wife is about to take everything. Why is the wife taking everything he owns? But that's what they signed. That's the agreement.
Yeah?
Yes, that's the in community of property.
Oh, okay. But in community of property, she's not supposed to take everything. She's supposed to take half.
My dear, tell me. The wife is taking everything.
My dear, me, I don't know people's things.
The wife, Barish, is taking everything. Even some of the businesses. He had a trucking business, logistic company. Apparently, the cars that he has been buying, he has been putting on the wife's name. So the trucks belong to the wifey. So the trucks are going now. And then the houses, that's the house they're supposed to share, something like that. But then the money is going in half. He's in debt. That means the debt he has to pay himself. And I'm like, how? This girl here now, why doesn't help? Why can't they help each other pay this debt? This is where I get the full story now from my mother. You know what? When they got her, she came from a family where they were not really privileged. He took her to school.
Okay.
She studied accounting in a varsity where he was paying. She was self-funded.
Okay.
When he started with the trucking business. Okay, he took her to school. Now, what does that have to do with this divorce thing? But he's breaking down. There's even more. He even built houses in her in-laws, his in-laws. He built a house for the grandmother and some of the cousins that were staying with the grandmother. It's a 5-room house. He built a house. He took her to school. He paid for the place that they were staying before the company went up. He paid for her. She had a little brother too that was in boarding school. He was paying for the fees in boarding school. I'm asking myself, what are the parents of this girl doing all this time while he's paying for everything? Tell me how much he paid for Lobola. Something like 80K.
Hey, back in the day.
80K in 2017. I'm like, fine. He paid 80K. As I'm speaking now, this guy is in the biggest church, if you know it. He's losing his mind, that boy. My own brother.
That is sad.
That's what it takes when you are a Bob the Builder. He took her to school. He built a house for the grandmother. He paid for the rent for where they were staying. Everything he's been doing imali. When she became fine, now she's an accountant. Now Lana.
She finds her type.
And she finds her type. The car that girl is driving, her Instagram is popping.
Sure.
Her Instagram is popping. We have someone here left in debt. He's on a much smaller house now. She took half of the trucks and the ones that were new and left the first ones that he bought first, which are not really doing well now because he had to sell the other trucks so that he can patch some of the dikoloto. How did Manje, the house that they were staying, they had to sell it? I'm talking about someone that once had it all.
Sure.
But now you see this is why the consequences of
being Bob
building someone. The consequences of playing Bob the Builder. The consequences of taking someone from their family with nothing and you think you're getting yourself a Cinderella. You're going to make her a queen.
Let's talk, guys. Let's talk. What must happen now, you know, in these situations that we are seeing? Because people are coming forward. Men are coming forward saying, I was Bob the Builder, I got my fingers burnt. Women are saying, I was Bob the Builder, I got my fingers burnt. And there are some who have built each other up and they're still together even now. So what are we saying about being Bob the Builder? What are we saying? Are we saying it's something we should...
About MK, what are you saying?
What is MK saying?
Brita's sister-in-laws. She's tired. Accountants have money. That's not the case, my brother. We're talking about Bob the Builder. If you're tired, at least return some of the stuff that you got there. At least, you know that he helped me do this. Leave half of the money there. Now you are taking half of it and you want him to also pay you money because you have children with him. After you took half the money, now he also has to pay for the kids.
Sure. Yeah, ne.
Now we sound bitter when we were there at your wedding singing the beetroots and the coleslaws and you were acting nice.
All
and
that
we were
coleslaw.
nice with you. Now that you are leaving, you are taking 50% and you also want a piece of the 50%.
My sister, I wish your brother all the best.
It was bad.
Unfortunately, your brother is not safe with people like Madam Speaker who are rising up and they're busy poisoning women. He's probably going to find another one who is worse than the one that he divorced. Hey, I feel sorry for him. Yo.
I really didn't anyways.
Yo, my sister. Anyway, thank you for sharing the story, but also please be careful, ne? You might end up being Bob the Builder because it seems like being Bob the Builder is in your family. Eh?
Never.
Don't do that thing. Eh? Don't do that.
I don't like dating because of what I saw.
The next thing you'll be having a tattoo of a boy on your back. Please don't do that. Don't stress me like that.
Never.
Okay, Sissy. Joyce, thank you for sharing your story with us, Odetta. Joyce. When Joyce unmutes, she'll be saying, hey, Pesi Weda. That's how she speaks. I don't even know Joyce in real life, guys. I only know her on this app. Hey, Pesi Weda. Guys, who told you guys to call me Pesi anyway? Because that name, usually when people call me Pesi, they make me miss Mashaba village. So when people call me Pesi here on the apps, I'm like assuming that person is from Mashama village, only to find that she's not from Mashama village. Joyce, I'm trying to unmute you. It's not working. This whole thing of unmuting Joyce is not working, guys. I wanted to hear what she's gonna. I wanted you guys to hear what she was gonna say. There she is. Hello, Joyce.
Hi, Pissy.
I was gossiping about you. When you get here, you'll be saying, hey, Pessy Wena.
Gossip.
Are you fine, my sister, my Bob the Builder? Are you okay?
I'm good. You're not Bob the Builder.
The original one.
You're busy gossiping. Come on, busy little tabatarina. Hey, Mara Pissy. What rather
My sister, I'm giving you a platform to share your stories and vent. You know, this venting space or the platform, it's helping a lot. Sometimes you feel better after sharing your story.
And I felt better. Anyway, I just felt better for the first time I saw one of your videos on YouTube, and it made sense. It made a really good sense. First time I started seeing your videos, I was about to overdose on the pilisi, but I relate with a lot of things. I'm not the only person. With the church head, with the then nalemo guy after renovating then Watoma the drama, the in-law drama and stuff. And I've realized most of the things that I've been doing, they were not used to them. Actually, because I renovated, I bought a bed, and I installed with the satellite dish and so on, and like they were not used to them. Then we decided, okay, let's go and find a stand for ourselves. And then hey, Pessy, with the financial abuse, I had to go build the tikilo alone to build the 2-room that we were staying in. Mugai. Then it happened for my grandmom. Now my mom passed away 2003. Then Kasalali, my grandmother, who raised me up until 2021, she passed. Then at the funeral, when I had to come back, only to get the protection order
Hey, banna.
that I would not come back from the place that, from my own place.
Hey, batho ba Modimo. The place that you went to take a loan for to build, you have a protection order that you must not come back in that house.
Yes.
Hey, banna.
There are furnitures, kamole, everything. And then I'm still paying that loan.
Even today.
No, I'm unemployed, but there's still some money that I have to pay in. I get gram sebets from that loan. I didn't finish paying that loan. Then when I come back, I had to beg for a place to stay. Then kagram me umungo wako kerekeng, and then he said, "Kona ish, not these people from this church. They've hurt me so much." And then when I do la lebona, Joyce, this is a stand. And Shelley stands a highly kukwa high. And then he said to me, "No, just stay here for in case, because now I'm not coming back here. I'm going straight to Zani. Kadula mo. The guy one follower. What I'm to the newsstand. Hey, what's again? Being Bob the builder. Let's stop building people.
My sister, but Emma Bailey Joyce, my darling, you can't fight for your stand. Can't you fight for the one that you already still have a loan for?
Oh, now I can't kill that place because apparently, the brother, his brother is in Duna here.
Okay.
And even now, I'm still staying in the same place. Get one against 50 people. The way now my father's kids are innocent. Plus, like a vocal like it. Yo, how can fit yo man Joyce? Joyce
Yeah.
The way that guy Aling he's kind to everyone. Mara. Not to me.
Yeah, that's how narcissists behave. They're usually kind to everyone except the victim.
Yes, come on, he helps everyone beside me.
I see some people on the comment section saying you must call ex repo. My sister, the furniture and everything which is in that house, they are all in your name.
They're all in my name. I've managed to get the furniture. I had to go court, court interdict, and then they requested would sleep pizza and please. What's one thing that we should learn? Anything that you buy, you should keep the receipt for it.
Yeah.
Because
especially when it involves other people, ne?
I had Hodilwanela. And what irritated me the most is that guy knew he doesn't even have a cent from this furniture. But he was fighting for my things. I remember even this other guy magistrate Mara, are you aware of this person? Because he claimed so he deserves a share from those things. And that guy no, but what you're saying is not right because this person. Imagine the fridge pudding auctioning. Because these things are going to be used by your kids.
Yeah.
This guy, like the financial record and this guy, everything was on point. Marano, like I have to pay some of the debts and he knows free. uphela monate.
Yo.
And le yona mo like mo ke dulang gona because of they still have a control of this place because I kry abuta ke nduna.
Yeah.
And batho ba aba utlwane bona self.
Mara, you are the common denominator. Because of you, they get along when it comes to you.
Yes. They get along when it comes to me. Aba utlwane bona self, but if it means or ba ilo lwantsha, they will fight. They will battle fella for battle and stuff.
Joyce, have you ever thought that maybe after you have you have sorted your life out and you are on your feet again, maybe you must move out of that place where you are staying? Have you ever thought of that?
Yes, I thought of that very much. Even now, you know, I cannot choice because I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not working. Because I'm not working, but I think that it will a healing. I will get it when I'm moved away from this place. The only final healing. Now I've healed because, like at this point, every time, but I feel nothing for them. I've got to a point of indifference. I feel nothing for them, and I always tell myself, "Come on, it's about doorstep, Jarena. Come on, knows our doorstep. Whoever is doing something wrong to other person, come and knows your doorstep." So I just look at them, and what I know, you cannot create chaos in somebody's life and expect your life to be fine.
Exactly.
You can't. That's what I always tell myself. But you're not moving away from this place will help me a lot, and it will help me to raise, because this kind of a person, you cannot raise kids with this kind of a person. I mean, even now we're trying the co-parenting thing. You cannot co-parent with a narcissist. You can't. You always find something. Something. I'm a PC, this guy. And you always find something. Trigger a peace. So moving away from this place will help a lot.
Sure, Joyce. My darling, I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best in what in everything that you've been through. You know what? I remember I had a conversation with this guy that I was married to, where he was also going through his own things. It's like, brah, it's like after the divorce, everything that I put you through, it's what I now managed to go through. And I was like, you know what? Some of these things, sometimes in life, I'm not clever, more life, man. There's no clever in this life. There's no way you can think that when now you will just get it easy, because after making somebody else's life very difficult when they pour their heart into whatever it is that they're doing. So you will reap what you sow. You live by a sword, you die by a sword, But while you are trying to figure yourself out and figure your life out and move on and move forward, you can never dwell much in other people having karma, dealing with them. The most important thing is just you getting your things together and moving and starting afresh. I was actually thinking about starting afresh today when I Joyce, I was saying I think I was speaking to a friend, and we're talking about how, how we always say life is short, life is short. Life is actually very long. Sometimes even when you're in a relationship that's not working out, one day feels like 10 years, So with this whole thing of saying life is short, life is short. Life is short because we are rushing into thinking we're going to get to that eternity that we're going to get to, until we have to live every single day, and one day feels like 10 years, one day feels like 10 years. It's only then that you will realize that, you know what, this life is very, very long. I need to sit down, sort my things out, and take it one day at a time. And then I do believe, Ori, because you did everything you did, even though you were Bob the Builder, but your intentions were not to destroy. Your intentions were good. You were not saying pay me back. You were just saying, I want to build a home with you. I see a future with you. But sometimes the way people behave, they show you Horobona. They have one foot inside, one foot outside. That's why they don't put in as much work as you put in. I was having a conversation with another friend, and we're talking about something to lose. And we're talking about dating, to say, maybe when you date people who are within your caliber, regardless of what you consider your caliber, be it emotional intelligence, be it financial well-being or whatever, if you date people who are within your caliber, then you understand that whatever it is that is to lose, whatever that is at stake, it's a 50-50, even if it's not a 50-50, but at least this person has something to lose. But the biggest mistake of our lives is that we go and fetch people from way down there at the very bottom of the food chain. We come up here and we want to build with these people. And listen, there is nobody who is as dangerous as somebody who has nothing to lose. Somebody who did not invest in anything, they are not afraid to lose because they didn't build, and they're very dangerous. And whenever you are doing these things with these people, you are thinking, I'm big generous, God will see me through, God knows my heart, my intentions are good, therefore God will bless me because I'm doing well. People who have nothing to lose, people who did not invest, people who did not contribute to any relationship or friendship whatsoever, they are very dangerous because they can destroy you within a blink of an eye, because they know everything about you. They know what you poured into whatever it is that you did, and they know that it takes just one click for them to destroy you. So you must make very, very careful. Be very careful of people who have nothing to lose and stay away from them. If it means you must be alone because everybody around you has absolutely nothing to lose because they are way down there, rather stay alone. It's better you be up there and lonely and alone instead of having to go down there, fetch people from the bottom of the food chain, bring them up, and then they fuck you up.
And then they start destroying you.
You understand? Because they have nothing to lose. They don't know how it's like to actually work hard to build things. So they can't relate when you are crying over the things that you've worked hard for. And because they think whenever you are stupid for building things up, they won't even think twice before they destroy whatever it is that you've built up.
They
Yeah,
won't.
but anyway.
They don't even care.
I know, but they don't care, shame. Joyce, my darling, I wish you all the best. Wait. I must speak to you when I Joyce. And we have Ziwi here, Felicity Mapiri. Felicity is the boss, is my boss. So what she does is that she is managing this group called Madam Speaker Community WhatsApp group. You understand? So in her doing that, she usually when we go live, she joins in and she's just a sweetheart. She's a darling. So if you want to join the community WhatsApp group for whatever reason you want to share, whatever you want to find information on anything, Felicity will be there to receive you with warm hands. So you should not hesitate. If you go on my bio, right here, if you click here, right?
I already did.
You already did. Okay, great. So whatever help, listen, Felicity is your girl. I thank God for her and all the ladies who are in that community WhatsApp group, because I would not be able to do it on my own. So whatever help that you need, holla at Felicity and everybody who's in the WhatsApp group, and we'll be able to jointly help.
I've already did. They're very nice people, hey?
Thank you so much, my darling. We are actually working on having a proper foundation, Madam Speaker Foundation. We are working on it. They've been crying, in the group saying, listen, we want this foundation, and we are working on it. Within a couple of months, it will be up and running. And by the grace of God, I do believe that we are doing the work of God. We are going to change life. We are going to save lives. We are going to make sure that we build a secured and safe community, So yeah, we're going to work together. We'll do that. Yeah.
They've already, I joined them yesterday, but the help that I've already got, it's so much, like the way they are both sent.
Thank you so much, Joyce. I really appreciate the positive feedback, and I wish you all the best, okay?
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
We were about to close until Iron Lady decided to come through. So because today is a Friday and we are nice people on Fridays, we're going to allow Iron Lady to share with us before we wrap up. Hey, Iron Lady.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, my darling?
Good, I'm good. I was just browsing through TikTok, so I just heard something that really, touched me. That you mustn't go for people who are beneath you. They've got nothing to lose. And I'm gonna say something because I've got something that has been burning. I'm a Zimbabwean by origin, but I was based in South Africa for the past 13 years. Then, as I was in South Africa, I met another guy. I'm a single mom, by the way. So, when you date a man and you're a single mom, they expect you to be desperate.
Sure. They did you a favor by taking you. I mean, you have a child
Like
already.
they're doing you a favor, right?
Yes.
So I dated this man. Well, he was, he had all the good, he was a good man. Would go to church, talk about God most of the times and whatever. So when I met him, I was already doing my papers for going overseas. Right? I did my own, it's very expensive to start a process to go anywhere outside Africa. Then little did this guy is a standard chartered accountant, but who is not doing well. Right? He never contributed. Sometimes my papers would expire when I haven't got the job yet, because for you to get a visa, you need a sponsorship and blah, blah. It was a long process. While I was dating this guy, I didn't know my phone was hacked.
Okay.
Yes, he hacked my phone. Apparently, he's very good in computers. He hacked my phone.
Okay.
And when I'm doing this, we are going through interviews. You're busy doing your own things, right? So this guy, when I finally got the break that I was looking for, I got the papers. Now I'm doing my final paperwork. I wanted to do my final paperwork at home, back at home, so that I can see my parents and everything before I go overseas. So here I packed my bags and we said our goodbyes. I went home, only for him, and he knew I'd resigned from my previous work. I had closed my apartment, sold basically everything that I owned in South Africa. So I went home, only for him to see, oh, shit, this person is really gone. And once she goes, because I've never contributed anything in her life and I've never made a difference in her life for the 8 months that I was dating her. Once she goes, we are done. Do you know what he did? He sent emails to the people who had employed me to say, oh, she's fake. She never worked these jobs, and I don't know where he got some, like explicit pictures, like nude pictures. Said, oh, this one, she was a prostitute in South Africa. We know her. Everybody knows her. She's lying. All her references are fake. And by then, I'm in Zim. And Zim, there is no network. Like, I was in the farms, like, that's where my parents stay. So later on, I come back to the city, and then I get this email from the company to say, oh, due to some information that we received, we need to review, we need to go through a second interview. Right? Then we went to I attended the second interview, and they were like, oh, they were asking me, like, what's on my CV? I know my CV. I did my CV. I know where I worked. And I told them everything that's on my CV, and they were like, oh, okay, because we're doing this second interview, because we received an email, but the person said he wants to remain anonymous. He told us 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I said, I don't know what you're talking about, but you can go ahead and do your own investigations. And yeah, feel free and you let me know. So, white people, once they blacklist you, they just, they just cancelled. And by then I'd already done my visa. I lost a lot of money. They cancelled my sponsorship. Right? And then I went to, because I knew, I wasn't sure, but I had a feeling that is him. So I just said, let me just confront him as if I've got evidence that is him. Then and he was like, it's to teach you a lesson.
What lesson?
Then I said, to teach me a lesson. What lesson? Am I your child? I'm not your child. You've got your own children. Teach them lessons. What lesson? I had your phone. I know you were talking to other men in the UK, and you were going to be staying with those men. You were going to leave me. So I know you're no longer going there. Anyway, if you succeed and go, just when you get there, just greet them for me. And I thought at first I didn't know that I was hacked, but when we mentioned like the people, because I was coming to a new country where I don't know anyone. I started talking to other people who've been here before me. Right? Not that I was dating them or I was, you know, but just socializing. You know, like on this platform, I said my story, people will come to my inbox, you know, you said that's what happened. I didn't even know these people personally. So later on, so when I realized I was hurt, I got a phone call from another potential company which was going to hire me, saying the same thing. That they got an email, blah, 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 blah. But the second company were like, you know what? We did the interview, we really liked you, and we're going to give you a chance. You are coming to the UK. And that's where I got my other paper. I went to reapply for another visa. That's another money because I wasn't refunded, the first one. Then that's when I came to the UK. Well, thank God for that. Because what he wanted, when I think about, you know, this whole thing, because you try to, because at the end of the day, I still want closure. Why would someone go to that extent? Okay, even if we are dating, even if I decide to leave the relationship, I'm allowed to change my mind anytime. And this thing of dating, and this is a life of matter, or a matter of life and death. This is where my children eat. What pays my children's school fees? I'm a single mom by myself. Raising kids by myself. So I later contacted him to say, but what was your plan? Like, what were you hoping to achieve? Then as I talked to other people, and people were like, no, this guy is a narcissist. What he wanted, he knew that you had resigned from your work. You have no place to stay. You have nothing, basically. You go home. Obviously, Zim isn't very good. You will come back to him. Be submissive to him. Now, he's taking care of you. You're living under his roof. He's giving you a plate of food. Until maybe you can, you know, start to look for another job. And we all know that jobs are very scarce. That's what he wanted.
Imagine how sick somebody is.
So this person only did that because he had nothing to lose. I had a lot to lose. Because he never contributed even a 10 rand during my journey. And it took me a whole year.
And maybe one of the reasons why he didn't even contribute is because he really didn't want things to work out for you.
Yes. And because sometimes when we were chatting, now, you know, when all this happened, you know, you start to think, this is what he meant. Because he was like, let's say you don't go to overseas. What's your plan?
Because he was really hoping that things don't work out for you. And he was going to contribute to things not working out for you. Okay, I can barely hear you now. I don't know what happened to your speaker.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now, darling.
Yeah, because you were saying you're full of pride. You talk to other men. I said, okay. When I was talking to the other men, did you see where it was written, I love you or whatever? I'm not that kind of person who tells, even him, I was dating for 7 months, 8 months, but I never told him that I loved him. Then I was like, you came to me and sold me this dream of marriage. Not every girl wants to be married.
And also not every girl who has children is desperate. They're not going to worship the ground that you walk on.
Down that route of marriage, it's not for me. Until maybe otherwise. Like, it's something that I was like, it's not a, you know, it's at the bottom of my list. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'm not that person. So he thought maybe if he comes with that thing, I want to marry you, not control, because financially he never helped me with anything. Literally. He never assisted me in anything. Nothing.
And that made him feel so small. That's why he really wanted to destroy you. Yes, he hated the fact that you couldn't depend on him, on anything. You couldn't beg him.
if he gives me a plate of food, I'll be grateful. That's what he wanted.
Yeah. Yo.
So, ladies, let's be careful. Let's not, like, go for anything that presents itself.
Yo.
And if a man is not investing in you, he's not staying. He's not staying.
Yeah, and you really, you need to.
1 month later, after I left Africa, the lady who cleans at his apartment complex, like we just became friends. So we even talk up to now. And she was like, oh, guess what? He's staying with another woman. They've got a baby. So why would someone in their right mind destroy someone's life? That's my life.
Yes.
That's my life. Because it was going to take me maybe a year or 2 years to get another
Tabi,
job.
you can request and join, then we'll hear what you have to say and we'll advise you. I seen Tabi saying, I desperately need some advice. You're more than welcome to request, Tabi. Sorry about that. You were saying?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, he knew for me to get another job would take a lot of time, and you don't have a place to stay. Obviously, I was going to go to him.
Yeah.
That was his plan.
Yo, but that is one sick man, hey? He's very, very sick in the head. You know, I mean, why would you want to go around destroying people? And the one thing I can tell you for sure, if you were to, it's just that obviously you've moved on with your life and everything, but if you had to go back and check with his exes, you'd realize that he left these women in the mental institutions and whatnot, because that's what he does. He goes around wanting to break women.
You were saying he's a widower, right? Oh, by the way, this man is 50 years old.
Sure.
Yes. So now when you don't have closure, you start to think a lot of things, because I was really hurt. Of course, finally I got what I was praying for.
Yes.
Because I think God just said, he was just trying to show me that nothing is impossible with him. So
and also I think there's one thing that I spoke about it today during the day on Facebook. There's one thing that we take for granted, the fact that it's not people who decide where we should be, it is God. So sometimes maybe the reason why he allowed you to have that hiccup is for you to recognize that it is not because of your own understanding and on your own power, but it is because of the mercy of God that you were able to even overcome that, which had it happened and they never came back to you, you wouldn't have known the hand of God upon your life.
True. I have seen God. I can testify on that. I have seen God. Because when this company called me, they were like, oh, we received an email, blah, 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 blah. And the pictures they sent, and they say you work at an adult bar or whatever, and you're selling your body, you're a prostitute, you're doing prostitution. You never worked this kind of job. But we believe you. And you're still coming to the UK.
I know, that is God right there.
Then I was like, when I got my papers, I went, and guess what? I came back to South Africa. That's where I did my visa, because as well, I wanted to take my flight from South Africa because it's cheaper than taking from Zim, straight from Zim. So when I came to South Africa, I applied my visa. My visa was approved in 3 days. Which was, people were like, what? Because it was a shock.
Yeah.
Even to me, I couldn't believe it. I thought I was dreaming. Then I went to mainland day, to home office offices. I went, my visa was there.
Sure, Isis. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I really hope this is going to be a lesson to a lot of ladies. Stay away from people who have nothing to lose. Also with men as well. Because like our very first speaker who spoke here spoke about how her brother invested so much in a woman and took that woman to school. But at the end of the day, she wanted to take. So if you can, stay away from people who have nothing to lose, because when they come for you, they don't look left, they don't look right, they just go straight, because they know that even if they fall, even if they fail, they have nothing to lose because they didn't invest anything. So if you are out here being Father Christmas, thinking people have the same heart as you, be very careful. We're not saying don't do it. We're not saying don't be Bob the Builder, don't be Father Christmas, but always bear in mind that people who have nothing to lose are very, very dangerous. All right.
Mm. That's true.
Okay, I see becoming advocate Ngobeni.
Hi, you can call me Risi. Sorry, I changed
Oh,
my
you
name.
changed your name. Hey, Risi.
I just came here to call. When Joyce was talking, I was cooking, but I just wanted to find out a few things from her. I'm not sure if she's still here.
She's still here.
I wanted to find out if when she bought that stand, she was given documentation for it, because I think, to be honest, in as much as we motivate people starting over, we motivate people letting go, but I feel like men bank on you leaving your furniture, men bank on you leaving that stand there, men bank on you leaving your things there, and I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. I feel like where you can,
you should
please fight for those things, because even if you feel like you don't need those things, but if your kids need them in the future, for me, even if it's an RDP house, I'm going to fight for it, because it could be a place that my child is going to stay there one day. So I just wanted to mainly just say that to her, that
Joyce,
if she has it in her,
did you have the name? Did you have the stand registered in your name?
Yes, I did.
So you have the documentation which shows that the stand is yours?
Yes, I signed they call it a PTO. It's like proof to occupy.
Yes.
So who's occupying the place at the moment?
They sold it to their cousin.
Did you get the money?
How are you selling a stand that you do not own? What documentation did they use for that?
They use the documentation because they have power. Remember,
the brother is Nduna.
His brother is a Nduna and he is a treasure there at the royal house. Is a Manduna treasure. So they used that power. Even if I fight for that,
audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, you are audible. Even if I fight for that stand, they're going to make sure that my life will be miserable there. Remember, I just got another stand here on the same location. They're already making my life miserable. So that stand, yes, I can fight for it, but the problem is they're still going to make my life miserable.
Are you safe at that place?
No, I'm not safe because I got like 2 break-ins last year. And the one they stole the first one they stole my phone, and the second one they wanted to cut the electrical wire from the to the box here in the house. So I was helped by the next door neighbor. The guy from next door neighbor is the one who saw those guys. And you see that guy, when they managed to arrest that person. And then at the police station, that guy said, what I need to ask you, like, the one question. Do you think I can just move from where I was and then just choose to go and get rid of the wire from Joyce's place? No, I was sent by someone. And while they said that yesterday they saw the brother, the father of my kid's brother. He went there to the station to see that guy. I'm sure he wanted to threaten that guy or something. So even now on this new stand, I'm not safe. Sure. So even if I can fight for that 2-room, I'm not gonna be safe.
Yeah, no, I think I hear you when you mention.
Yeah, I can. What I can do, I can fight for it, and then sell it by myself so that I can save like some of the money, so that I can use it to buy a stand, but not fight for it to stay.
Yeah, that's a good option, but like also, I don't I think what you could maybe do is when you now have moved from that place,
Exactly.
because I think fighting for it while you stay there puts your life in danger. I wouldn't advise that personally. I would say when you have moved from that town and maybe you're staying somewhere where they don't know or they're not aware of, then you now start the legal process of trying to fight for it. Because if you are saying there's break-ins and the brother has some form of connections, it would really be unsafe. But like also, I feel for you. I don't even know what to say. All the time you hear women moving out of the houses that they built, and it happens so often. And at some point, I'm starting to feel like men actually know that we leave our things behind. We just move, and it's
Re a
not true.
ngala, like a langwa man.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's so hard, hey?
It always goes back to that thing of saying when somebody didn't invest anything, they have nothing to lose, and they're looking at you, they're looking stupid, busy investing things. They're like, okay, we'll see when the time comes for when each hits the fan, they know because they didn't invest anything, they don't feel any pain. They don't remember any painful moment of you like accumulating the things that you did. Because while you were doing it and they were relaxing, you were thinking, I'm doing it because I'm this woman, who is focused, I'm doing it for my family. Kantibana, they're seeing a fool in you. They're seeing somebody who is just going to invest and invest. And even though they can see you are going to regret one day, but because they're the beneficiaries, they're not going to tell you one day you're going to regret this thing that you're doing. They let you do your thing.
But also another conversation that I feel like we miss, do we not realize how men compete with us in a way? I don't
Yes.
think we get it. Like it gets to a point where your partner, should you be a very ambitious woman, they start to compete with you. And should it happen? And guys, honestly, life is so unpredictable.
Yeah.
It can happen that you earn more than them. And
Yes.
it's not really a fault. It's just how blessed you are as a person. It has nothing to do with them.
Yes.
And then when it gets to that, they start resenting you for being able to provide more. So they start making life difficult. That's where you hear women say, this man doesn't contribute anything a month. He doesn't even buy groceries. It's because they're basically making you pay for having a better income, for having a better life than them. So you will pay the price of them, of being a burden, basically. They'll be a burden to you because the
You
only
think
thing
you
is
can
not
do
going
it.
to come back and do is he will sit there and you'll do everything.
It's the same thing as what Iron Lady was explaining when I read about how this guy tried to destroy her life when she wanted to move abroad. The fact that he wanted to destroy that so that she does not move out of Africa, it really goes to show there's a lot of jealousy in there. He's jealous of the fact that she's ambitious and she sees herself beyond the African borders while he's sitting there not even thinking of moving outside South Africa. Then he will come for her. You understand?
Exactly. So I think the advice that we are taking from you is we must date people that the scale of loss is the same.
Please.
You must know that when you're dating this person, they won't put you through this because they also have so much to lose, just like you.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
I was having a conversation about exposing each other on social media with a guy that I'm seeing, and we're talking about how if we both equally have something to lose, then we know that if we have any issues, we're gonna have to resolve them internally, because whichever one goes out there first, then we have a lot to lose. You get what I mean? And that is a safe. That automatically that just balances out and says it's safe here. It's safe because our heads are in the same place. Because I remember, so many guys have had to have people bribing, threatening them, saying, you give me bribe or else I'm gonna go out there to the newspapers with news and all that stuff. And this is not only applicable to people in the public eye, it's also applicable to people like your Iron Lady who wanted to go outside Africa, and then this guy is like, listen, if I'm not going outside Africa because I'm not ambitious enough to want to go out there, then you're not going either. It goes back to the issue of Joyce being able to accumulate and everything that she did, and a guy just sits there and waits for her to accumulate, and then when she's done, it comes with a what do you call this, protection order, and say you don't enter this house. So let's stay in our lanes, guys. If it means that we must be up there and there's nobody up there, it's fine. Because you remember, there's always a price to pay for you to. If you're gonna go junk status route, there's a price to pay. If you're gonna be up there where there's nobody, there's a price to pay. So either way, there's a price to pay. It depends on which price you are willing to pay.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah, darling.
I once dated a guy who has money. Those guys are very arrogant. Then that is why I decided to date somebody who's below me. Because I thought, no, we're going to build each other.
Yeah.
You know, the guys who have money, they very arrogant.
No, I hear you and I agree with you. I think I shared this on yesterday's live. I don't know whether you were here, whether Joyce, where I said that I was Bob the Builder. Immediately after exiting that WhatsApp group of being Bob the Builder, I decided to go date somebody with money. He was very, very arrogant, and he thought that I must worship the ground that he walks on. And then I was like, you know what? Go to hell. Now, as we speak, I've decided that I'm not dating anybody who I must build. I'm not dating anybody who thinks they're up there. I'm just gonna keep it right here. I'm gonna keep it standardized. Yeah.
And I don't know if whether like it's my family background that affected me. I seem to like attract the same kind of guys, because even the one that has money, we once invested in a taxi business, and then I ended up losing those taxis because apparently we pop out a deposit so that we can deposit those taxes so that they can make money, and then ended up not making money. I had loans, but
Joyce, can I tell you
with that
something?
guy-
I really want to interrupt you right now. Can I tell you something?
yeah.
Joyce, you are a very
Yeah.
powerful woman. You are very much capable. You are smart. You have brains for Africa. The problem is because of the subconscious thing which is in your mind, where you've been made to believe that for you to succeed in life and for you to do better, there has to be a man next to you. It's the reason why every time when you have a vision or every time you want to do something, you always attach it to a man. You are very powerful alone. I need you to get to a point where you understand the power that you have without having to involve a man in it. It's not a matter of you attracting men who want to use you. It's a matter of you not trusting what you have in you. You need to get to a point where you say, as Joyce Gilliwani, I can really do this thing alone. And you can do it. This is why you keep attracting people to come and join you in your vision, and you end up having your fingers burnt. So you need to get to a point where you are really comfortable with doing things by yourself, because the number of times you've done things with people and they've backfired really shows that as an individual, when I as Joyce, you are very much capable.
Yeah.
That's all.
Also, get something around the terminology of attracting people that always want to use you.
Yes.
What attracting is accepting. So it's changing your mentality to say, I will not accept anything that will not be beneficial to me. And the moment you start having that mindset, you will see that it will be very easy for you to say no to people. If you see that, no, this is not for me, just say no to it, guys, to be honest. And we must also be careful of how we speak about our lives and about ourselves, because that in itself, it's you prophesying certain things upon your life. So it's no longer you attract people. It's I have control over my life, and I only accept people that are beneficial to you.
Thank you.
You're making it seem as if you've got no control. And the moment you say you've got no control, then you're going to be giving your life to somebody else that's going to take control.
Yes.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. It
Oh,
does.
man, I hear you, Rusi. Thank you so much for that.
It does. It makes a good sense.
Jackie has been struggling in and out, in and out. Jackie, before the network gets jealous and kicks you out, please talk to us.
Okay. Good evening, Madam Speaker.
Good evening, my
Good
darling.
evening, everyone. Right. Yesterday, when I spoke about Bob the Builder, I forgot to add something. You see, when you have a Bob in a relationship, this Bob, the moment he discovers that you are actually a builder, he starts recruiting everyone around him. When I mean everyone around him, I'm talking of the Bob's sisters, Bob's cousins, Bob's mother, the father.
Yes.
Right now, as I'm speaking here, we have got women who are busy building men, right? And their sisters are coming to their businesses. For example, Madam Speaker, you sell clothes, you sell hair, whatever business that you do. Bob the builder will go and tell the sister that, no, go. Madam Speaker is a very nice person. You can get hair for free. There are people who have run down their businesses. Why? Because Bob the builder has recruited people to run their town. What am I saying, ladies? I'm saying stop offering free things even to Bob's relatives or friends, because they will not pay. you always be going back to square one. You always go back and start afresh. Bob is a destroyer.
And his entire family, man.
Yes. Bob is a destroyer. He doesn't want to see you up the ladder. Once in a while, you make sure that you are surrounded by people that are always milking you. Yes. Some are milking milk. Some wants to take meat. Some wants to take the cheese from you because you are the centerpiece. Bob is lazy. He's surrounded by lazy people.
He calls other people and say, well, I have found a place where you can come and be lazy. She will do everything.
If you are running a restaurant, Bob will bring his friends and eat for free. He will not pay the bill. Because this is Bob. So be very careful. Sometimes you think that you are doing Bob a favor, but Bob's sister has got a sweet tongue. Hey, you like umakoti. You know, as African women, the moment our boyfriend's sister starts calling us even on WhatsApp, video call, she sends a message, good morning, Makoti. Already you see yourself wearing that regalia.
Yay!
That's not regalia. Sitting in the corner with your sister and your father's sister.
I hear you.
They know how to tactics. You know, women love marriage to the extent that even if they are being captured, like the way we capture fish, you know, in the ocean, you put a web there on that hook. Before you know it, she's captured.
Yes.
So the people surrounding Bob, they know what you want to hear. They know what you want. They know you really want to settle down. You see? So once in a while, they come, they entice you, they tell you what you want to hear. Before you know it, they've milked you everything. If you are in a business of selling things online, if it's Madam Speaker, they'll come and say, can you post an advert for free? Before you know it, Madam Speaker is showing it that auntie's shop, dressing her clothes and marketing for free. Before you know it, that auntie is now popular than Fashion Nova.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, because they just don't want to pay something, So be very careful. Bob will recruit people. When you eliminate Bob, make sure you eliminate everyone.
My sister, you are speaking to me. Preach. You are speaking to me. I eliminated Bob and left everybody else.
Yeah.
Shay.
Bob will even try to look for the people in your life. If your brother is a mechanic, Bob will ask his relative to send the car there for free repair. These are the people that we have.
Yo.
And when you eliminate Bob and his entire caliber, make sure the people that you now have in your life will not take you back to that graveyard. You know, when you are now healing, when you are now prioritizing yourself as a woman, and also try to get rid of the people that were there at the funeral, that know the graveyard, because once in a while, they will take you back there.
Yeah. They will try and test the boundaries if they're strong enough.
I thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank you.
My sister, I love you. You are my new favorite. Let me tell you that. I love you. Thank you so much. Last but not least, we have Queen of Queens. We have to wrap up, guys. You know, hey. But anyway, it's fine. It's a Friday. We are wrapping up with Queen of Queens.
Hey. Good evening, everyone.
Hello, my darling.
How are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
Guys. I realized something with us ladies or women. We have this messy thing. I don't know where comes this messy thing. And this messy thing is going to kill us. Everyone here. I don't know, is because we want to protect. We are taking the responsibility of all the men. We want to be powerful women, want to be I can do everything. I can do. Guys, we must stop that. We need to have this we call it a vein of no. Most of ladies, they don't have that vein.
We can't do like
to
this,
say-
my sister. When we do like this, there are pins here on the side. They are hurting us. We want to do only this.
They don't want to say no. They accept everything, and they can even take their money, the whole money to help the family of the husband, the family, the friend of the husband. They can even buy cars for them, and they say, no, it's my husband, I better do everything. Which is absolutely wrong. Then we need to change. We need to turn around things and to accept that we have to be submissive. It's the responsibility of a man to take care of a woman. It's not our responsibility to take care of a man. And people should understand that. If you can understand that it's not your responsibility to take care of a man, you have a right to say, no, yes, before you were doing everything to me, now you are not able to do everything to me. We need to stop with immediate effect. This is not, it's no more a marriage, it's no more nothing. So we need to stop there because I'm not your mother, I'm not going to take care of you.
Yeah.
So basically, if it's a marriage, we'll say a marriage is a workshop. When we say a marriage is a workshop, it's the responsibility of a man to work, and it's your responsibility to buy or to shop. So that is why we say marriage should be a workshop. It's not. It must not be vice versa. Then people say now we are at 50-50, then you need to take care of a man if he's not doing nothing, and then they will use you from the mother to the grandchildren of your husband's side or your boyfriend's side. And there is another thing I want to share with you. Take care of your accounts very carefully, because even now, if you have enough money at the bank, these people who are working at let's call it a money center, where they work with money, they know our accounts. They can give Bob your account and say, follow that lady, have a lot of money. So then you think this guy loves you. By the way, he knows everything about your money. She can even say, you have money, why you don't do 1, 2, 3 for me? Why you don't buy a car for me? And you say, well, how do you know that I have money? Then you know that he have your bank crop.
Okay, our Queen of Queens has been cut off there. I don't know whether it's her network or what's going on, but I think I'm getting what she's saying and what she's been saying so far. That sometimes these bobs that come into our lives, they knew what they were coming in for from the get-go. It's not just a coincidence that they bumped into you and found that you have money and everything. Some of them, they were sent to you from the get-go to say, listen, go to that one, you will make money. So we need to be extra careful with things like that. And yeah, I think that's what I got, unless if maybe there's something that I missed, you ladies.
Madam Speaker?
Yes, ma'am.
Queen of Queens was trying to say, when God gave Adam the garden, he gave Adam a responsibility.
Yeah.
If you have a garden at home, what do?
You work on
once
it.
in a while, you take a hoe, you get into the garden, you pluck the weeds, you water the garden, you put fertilizer, you prune and trim 1 or 2 things in the garden. My issue is this: when you are in a relationship, when you are in a marriage set up with somebody, what is the Adam in your life doing in the garden? Is he seated in the garden doing nothing? Now, when you have a man that is not responsibility, God himself just giving Adam the garden by the way of saying a man should be responsible. That's the other way around.
Yeah.
A woman was actually told to just be a helper. How can you help someone who is irresponsible, madam?
Someone who is sitting down.
Who is sitting down? You see, I'm very, very disappointed with this caliber of women that are there these days.
Yeah.
You know, as we are discussing this right now, there is somebody right now who has got a man in a house that she pays rent, electricity, water. This man is busy watching Super Sport that he did not subscribe or pay for. After sex, Madam Speaker, this man who opened the fridge and take fruit juice, Madam Speaker, that is cold. That has been made cold with the money or with the electricity. purchased by a woman on this platform. We are going to raise a generation of women that will just be doing things that are not correct.
Yeah, because actually we want for the grams, we want to look perfect on the picture and we want to push this thing.
Right now, this man is sitting in bed right now. His phone is charged with an electricity token that he does not know where it comes from, Madam Speaker.
Yeah.
As I'm telling you right now,
Yo.
Super Sport, he's busy changing. If he's not watching English Premier League, he's watching Kaiser Chiefs. You see, and who paid for the DSTV? Who paid for it?
He's even cheating on his phone with Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi that he didn't even pay for. You pay for the Wi-Fi.
Exactly. And some of these ladies here have got 2 cars. The small car, she uses it during the week. That big bucket, it's for weekend and flexing. When this woman is at work, this man, that irresponsible man who is very good in bed. Because the women, they really love sex, man. So they prefer a man who does not take care of them as long as he is good in bed. During the day, this man is all over the place. Stanton, Midland, seeing these small girls with this woman's finances. This is how heartless this generation of men is. Our fathers were better.
Sure.
This generation of men, you know what, when Kanimba said, men will live in the desert.
Without water, my sister.
Without water.
Yay.
Men will be the end of us. You see, somebody will just say, men and die immediately. Very soon, before we meet for the conference. So please, prioritize yourself.
Sure.
Yes. As I'm speaking to you right now, there's somebody who is being insulted. On her phone that she bought with her own money. By a man who does not do anything in her life. Yes.
Yo.
Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder, it is us. We are gathered here, we are Bob the Builders.
We have got women right now, when they go for shopping, they buy boxers. You know, in my country, I was on this podcast the other day, I said, you go to Turkey, you go to Madagascar, then you go and order clothes for resale. These men who dress fully in the clothes that you give them, and have the nerve and the guts to undress for someone else.
Sure.
You buy boxers for these men. They go out there and dress for other women. You are busy building a man who doesn't want to be built for another person. My sister, no matter what you do, if you are on this live right now, no matter what you do, even if you do the best, this man will still do the worst. Even if you think spoiling a man is a way of keeping you. A man must work hard, just like Adam was given the garden to work.
Yes.
Cut down trees and be responsible. A man must work and provide.
Sure.
Not the other way around, because it's going to take you to an early grave. When you discover that this man has been cheating on you with your resources, this man has been removing panties, with your own panties that you bought there by Edgar, using your account. It will hurt you more. But if he starts cheating with his own resources, it's okay, my sister, it's gonna be alright. But now with your Wi-Fi that you pay for, that boyfriend you live at home is busy texting girls on Instagram with your own Wi-Fi.
Sure.
Let this box be the builder. Do whatever he wants to do with his resources, not under your watch. My sister. Not under your cloak. Please.
Sure.
That's why I said whenever you want to give them any money, it must not be more than 50 rand.
Yeah. And it must come back. You must be borrowing him. That money must come back.
It must come back. Yes. Before you know it, you are going to be walking around with affidavits giving women. You say, Jackie, I hear you agree, I'm lending 200 rand to Tobias or Thomas, whoever. I want that man back.
Yeah.
We are building men for other people.
Sure, my sister. You know what is my desire? My desire is to find a man who was built by someone. Like all of them, they want to be built when they... Or am I that type of material? I look like I'm the build, I'm Bob. So all these men who are being built by other women, I never stumble upon one who has already been built.
And you know what? This person who will build by another person will not even respect you.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you were not there when she was being built. So honestly, Madam Speaker, we love this conversation. People, you know, by the time we reach 2030, yeah, people will be straightforward. They will see clear things. They will see either black or white. They will not see like off-white or cream or gray. It's either they are black or white. They must speak aside. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, my sister. Hey, you know what? I thank God for you. We have to wrap up now, guys. I love being here. I love this conversation, and I think we're going to bring more of these conversations as we usually do. But for today, we have to call it a night. I wish you all the best, Joyce. Jakey, thank you so much. I love you, my darling. And every single person in the absentia who joined the live to share their stories and their advices. Risi, I appreciate you. And Iron Lady, I don't know who else I'm forgetting. Odetta was the first person to call in. Every single one of you who joined in, everybody in on the comment section who's been sharing. I appreciate you guys. I love you. God bless you and good night. Mwah.